The future of gaming keyboards is Hall effect switches, and I really believe in that. Ever since the release of the Wu-Ting, Hall effect switches slowly made its way to become more mainstream. But most of the time, if we're talking about boards released by Wu-Ting or the more mainstream brands, these boards cost up to $200 to $300. And since Hall effect switches are slowly becoming more mainstream, that means we will be getting more budget options. Which is the board I want to show off today. This is the Made68 Pro priced at $99 US. $99 is honestly a very fair price, so let's start the review. Starting with accessories, we have a quick guide, extra keycaps, braided cable, and a keycap puller. Now for the board, I got the fire element. They went for a more elemental design, so that includes water, earth, fire, air. It's all really unique designs, and at first, I'm gonna be honest, I was really skeptical looking at the photos they sent me of the designs, but in real life, they look really nice. They look really good. Unfortunately, it's not made from aluminum, but because it isn't, it can use backlight. And with the elemental design, it comes together really well. It comes pre-assembled with their corresponding colored keycaps to match the elements. And in terms of design, it's a solid 9 out of 10 from me. But I definitely felt like they could add a little bit more design to the back instead of the grid. Since we're on the topic of keycaps, the ones pre-installed are double shot ABS. And they have their very own Melgeek magnetic switch. I'm not going to focus too much on acoustics for this board because the board's purpose, the main reason the board is made and the main reason the board is being sold is because it's made for gaming. But I'm still gonna let you guys hear how it sounds in its stock configuration. It's not bad honestly for a Hall effect board, and it comes pre-assembled at $99. It sounds decent enough. As I said, I'm not gonna focus too much on the sound because it's made for gaming. Okay, so this is post-edit, but they added a new feature just as I was about to post the video. They added in Snap Tap, and if you don't know what Snap Tap is, you should check out Optimum's video, but having Snap Tap in a $99 keyboard is a very good thing. To explain it very simply, you don't have to fully deactivate a key anymore. All you have to do is press, like, for example, A and D. You just have to press A a little more compared to D, and it still activates A and D will deactivate. You should check out the video or look at this diagram. So if you didn't know the main features when it comes to this new gen gaming keyboards, let me run through them as quickly and briefly as possible. There are 3 main points. Number 1, custom actuation point. You can adjust the actuation point of each individual switch to your own liking. Number 2, rapid trigger. It basically removes travel from a switch. Especially when we depress a switch, it's required to travel, let's say 0.5 or 1 mm to depress the switch so that the switch kind of deactivates. But with rapid trigger, the moment you release a switch or the moment your finger is lifted up from that switch, it instantly depresses. So that means it's basically an instant transmission of your actions on the keyboard onto your gameplay. Lastly is dynamic keystroke. I don't really use this because the games I play don't really need them. But to explain it simply, you can bind 4 different actions into one single keystroke. 4 different actions at 4 different actuation points of a single key. In one single tap, you can basically perform 4 different actions. Now, having explained all those features, I think one of the most important things when it comes to a new generation gaming keyboard that uses Hall effect switches is its software. And that's also one of the main reasons why the Wu-Ting is so popular, because the software it uses is so easy and so good to use. For this board, the software they're using is called the Melgeek Hive. And I'm not going to directly compare it to Wu-Ting software because Wu-Ting has been ahead of the game for like a few years now, and they have been working on the software ever since Melgeek started working on the board, I'm guessing. So we're not going to directly compare it. I'm pretty sure they'll improve it over time. So the Melgeek Hive is rather simple to use. The first page we have is basically for changing your basic keybinds, followed by a page for the backlight of the board. And then we have Super Key. Super Key is basically dynamic keystroke. On this page, you can bind your 4 different actions into whichever key you're looking to bind your 4 different actions on. On our final tab is where I believe most of us will spend our time on if you have the board. It's our rapid trigger tab. On this tab, it basically allows us to change our actuation point for each and every single switch on your board, and also allows you to toggle rapid trigger on or off. And as you can see, the lowest actuation point you can go is 0.1 mm. I think that's a very important point when it comes to looking into Hall effect switches. If the company is able to cater to a 0.1 mm accuracy, it shows how developed it is in terms of a keyboard. Because certain keyboard companies have approached me and their accuracy is up to 0.4 mm. So when it comes to 0.1 mm, I think that shows how much more advanced the company is in terms of specs and features. So to be fair, I think it's a very decent software. Everything is really straightforward and clean cut. It doesn't look the best, but in terms of utility, it gets the job done. Something I wanted to talk about is this calibration tab. I'm not sure if Wu-Ting had this, and I don't remember doing this for my Wu-Ting. You essentially start the calibration, play the games that you typically play, and it's able to optimize each and every individual key to match your playstyle, which is hella cool to me. And of course, you can also test out in real time. It shows you on a graph how much travel each key is going at, so that you can adjust it to your playstyle, which is a lot of useful information in these two tabs that I think really helps optimize the keyboard for your gaming. To top it all off, the board has an 8,000 Hz polling rate. Yes, that means it has a 0.125 milliseconds latency. If it sounds like numbers to you, just know that it's way overkill and a human doesn't need 8,000 Hz polling rate. Like, we wouldn't be able to notice the difference. So Made68 is definitely very impressive to me that this costs $99. If you have the extra budget and always wanted to try out Hall effect switches or gaming or the new generation gaming keyboard, you should consider getting this. I'll have it linked down below. The best way to introduce it to you if you haven't tried it before, it allows you to be more in touch with whatever you're gaming on. So imagine you're playing an FPS game, it makes you feel like you're one with the game. Like whatever you're doing on your keyboard is instantly reflected in your gameplay and you just feel more in touch with the game as a whole. I wouldn't say it would make you rank up like 2 or 3 ranks, be it playing an FPS game or whatever game you're playing. It's not gonna like make you a god gamer, but it just makes your gaming experience a lot nicer. So anyway, easy recommendation from me, Made68 by Melgeek. Do check it out if you're interested, and comment your thoughts on the board down below. Like this video if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.